In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about how you can start an IT company in India, or also how we could call it is how you could start building a software development team in India. Basically, you have different options. Two of the most used options are starting a private limited company and then hiring through that private limited company and doing the operations via that company in India. The other thing is the second option is that you partner with a company in India and hire via that company. So I will first explain the first option, which is starting a private limited company. It is it is a little bit tough for a smaller company to start a private limited, but it's possible. How you do it is you need to have two directors. One of those directors needs to be an Indian citizen who lives in India. So that is usually the hard part because you need to find someone who is willing to be your business partner, and it is of course easier to have to convince someone if you have yourself a company which is doing very well and so a well-established company. And the question is also about your director in India, how his standing is. Is he like from a wealthy background? Has he already his own company or her own company, which is running very well, and um, he or she is not dependent upon the profits which come to your company. Then you could just ask him or tell him to give him a small remuneration, let's say $1,000 or $2,000 per month, for being the Indian director. And after you have found a good director, which can look over the operations here, but also maybe is only the silent partner in your corporation, you need to start the private limited that you can do via a company secretary. These company secretaries uh, know how to start a company very well, so it's good to approach these people. It's also almost very cheap to do it via them. So, incorporation of a private limited costs around 30,000 to 40,000 rupees, which is in US dollars, it will be around $300 to $400, which is very cheap because in US or Europe, it will usually cost much more to open a company. After you have taken that private limited registration, you can start looking for an office space. Also here you have different options. One would be, for example, to go to one of the info parks or techno parks, which offer office space to IT companies. The issue there is that these IT companies are partly owned by the government, and because of that, there will be some corruption. So usually, companies from Europe or US will usually decide to go for a private business office space because there you have don't have any involvement of politics. So it is much more convenient to do business. And then you can start looking to hire people from India. For that, usually you need to have some subscriptions to online databases where you can put your job offers so that you get applications for those. And also, one important thing to consider is to hire a chartered accountant who can help you with the tax calculations, which you need to pay for the employee salaries to the government, as well as your own company tax. And one other thing you could implement is something called eNet from one bank which offers that is called HDFC Bank in India. They provide a facility where you can have multiple layers of approvals for payments. So basically, for example, your HR person in India initiates the payments to, for example, the employees, and in a second step, you can authorize these payments from wherever you are in the world. So that way you can avoid that fraudulent payments will be made. That is the one option. You start a private limited company. The other thing, which is more feasible for smaller companies, is to partner with a company in India. And there are some advantages to that, but only if your partner in India is very honest, he has a lot of integrity, he's very transparent, and also he thinks long term. Because then what will happen is they will transparently tell you how much the employees will get as a salary, and also on top of that, what kind of fees you need to pay. And he will also disclose the other costs involved in this in running this business. And then you can start hiring 2 or 3 people and check out, okay, how is India and how is it going? And usually it will work very well if it's very transparent and you have a close look over how the developers in India are working. So once you start with 2, 3 people, and then you can gradually move to 10, 20, 30 people. And after some time, you can still decide to start your own company and move those employees or developers to that new company which you have founded in India. That is that is how you can start a company in India. And if you have more questions on how to do that, you can either approach us via email, or you can go to our blog on software-developer-india.com. The link is given below this video, and you can find out more how it is done. Or you can contact us via the contact form and get to know more how it is done. Thank you so much, and looking forward to maybe also some comments in the comment section below.